The mystery begins. For more than 100 years, one massive stone monument has stood silently above the Wyoming landscape, challenging everyone who lays eyes on it, rising nearly 900 feet above the surrounding terrain. Devil's Tower looks unlike anything else in North America. Its towering vertical walls, nearly perfect shape, and isolated location have fascinated explorers, scientists, photographers, and Native American tribes for generations. Most people visit, take a few pictures, admire its incredible size, and leave believing it's simply another remarkable geological formation. But what if that's only part of the story? Over the past few years, an unusual theory has spread across the internet, attracting millions of curious viewers. According to this idea, Devil's Tower isn't just an ancient volcanic formation. Instead, some believe it may be the petrified stump of a colossal tree that existed on Earth long before recorded history. At first glance, the claim sounds impossible. Modern science rejects the idea completely, and there is no credible evidence supporting it. Yet, despite that, the theory refuses to disappear. Why? Perhaps it's because humans have always been drawn to mysteries. We are fascinated by places that don't seem to fit neatly into our understanding of history. Every generation asks the same question. What if we've missed something? What if the world still holds secrets waiting to be uncovered? Before we explore the theory itself, we first need to understand the monument at the center of this debate. Located in northeastern Wyoming, Devil's Tower rises dramatically from the surrounding plains, like an enormous pillar reaching toward the sky. Its summit covers roughly 1.5 acres, while its distinctive vertical columns create one of the most recognizable natural landmarks in the United States. Climbers from around the world travel here every year to scale its massive walls, while thousands of visitors simply stand below, trying to comprehend its incredible size. To geologists, the explanation appears straightforward. Millions of years ago, molten rock pushed upward beneath the Earth's surface, but never erupted as a volcano. Instead, it cooled slowly underground. As the magma cooled, it contracted, forming the striking hexagonal columns visible today. Over millions of years, wind, rain, and erosion gradually removed the softer surrounding rock, leaving behind the hardened volcanic core that dominates the landscape today. For scientists, this explanation is supported by decades of geological research, rock analysis, and radiometric dating. The evidence is consistent with similar volcanic formations found throughout the world. Yet, not everyone is convinced. As photographs of Devil's Tower spread across social media, some observers began noticing something they believed geology couldn't explain. They argued that the tower's vertical columns resemble the grain of wood rather than fractured stone. Others pointed to its broad, relatively flat summit, claiming it looked remarkably similar to the cut surface of a gigantic tree stump. These visual comparisons quickly evolved into one of the Internet's most controversial geological theories. Supporters of the giant tree theory believe our ancestors may have lived on a very different Earth, one filled with vegetation so enormous that today's forests would seem tiny by comparison. According to this idea, massive rock formations around the world, including Devil's Tower, Shiprock, and even some isolated mountains, are actually the fossilized remains of trees from an ancient civilization or ecosystem lost to time. It is an extraordinary claim, and extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. So the question becomes, where did this idea come from? And more importantly, why have millions of people found it so convincing? In the next chapter, we'll examine the origins of the giant tree theory, the evidence its supporters believe they've discovered, and why mainstream science continues to reject every one of those claims. The birth of the giant tree theory. The idea that Devil's Tower was once the stump of a gigantic tree didn't come from mainstream science. Instead, it gained popularity on the internet, where independent researchers and mystery enthusiasts began comparing unusual rock formations from around the world, they noticed that many of these formations appeared strikingly similar to massive tree stumps. Supporters of the theory argue that the long vertical columns on Devil's Tower resemble wood fibers, while its flat summit looks like the surface of a giant cut tree. This observation became the foundation of what is now known as the giant tree theory. Scientists, however, strongly disagree. According to Geology, Devil's Tower formed millions of years ago when molten magma cooled beneath the Earth's surface. Over time, wind, rain, and erosion wore away the softer surrounding rock, leaving behind the massive stone formation we see today. So, the question remains, is Devil's Tower simply one of nature's greatest geological wonders, or could there still be an unknown chapter of Earth's history waiting to be discovered? In the next chapter, we'll explore the Native American legends surrounding Devil's Tower and find out whether these ancient stories hold any clues to this enduring mystery. If you enjoy documentaries about history, science, and unexplained mysteries, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next investigation.